played today, a couple of hours ago. Tundra, pretty one-sided. This time around, OG drafted themselves a much better draft. They do have a BZM on this Batrider. We've seen so many times that Batriders, like, they take over the game so quickly. We are in a meta where these position 5 heroes seems to be, like, people tend to pick different ones. We've seen a lot of Sven coming into TI, pre-TI as well, combined with Shadow Fiend. I thought we were going to see slightly more of him, but kind of dropped off. I think good value, having that extra move speed and also extra armor that he provides with the Warcry against the Drow Ranger, that's the big part.
So, speaking of the Axe, just to go back to your point, does this feel like more of a DM hero than the Snapfire we saw previously? Like, certainly more confidence to jump in with a hero like this, which is something that we've seen from him in a lot of the OG victories. Is just
most definitely. Like, having a hero that buys a BKB, goes in, doesn't get bursted easily, compared to Snapfire, especially in a game where you had, like, supports who don't do as much. So, 2 runes for OG. Might even be a third one. Yuragi's gonna pick it up, so Tundra only starting with 1. They are scouted by this observer ward inside the triangle.
Interesting spot for that ward at the moment, but we'll see how it goes. They've got a ward apiece over mid, and well, what do you think about these lanes? What is honestly the lane that sticks out at you the most?
Bottom line, we've seen this time and time. Drow Ranger against Enigma with the multi-shot. You have Undying, someone to soak up the damage. So Drow Ranger should be fine here. I don't think they're going to be able to get the kill. Misha might even put more points in the Soul Rip. As you start to get more levels with the multi-shot, you deal well against these Eidolons. On the mid lane, Batrider BZM against Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit, kind of a hero that we haven't seen much. It tends to look like it's a good Storm Spirit game, you know, but not in terms of being picked. Like, this hero hasn't been as popular as in the previous patch.
We've seen it maybe a handful of times throughout the DPC, and one of those times was, I believe, the panel said by BZM. So it'll be interesting to see how 9, with the Storm in his hands, is able to accomplish what he wants, if he can at all. And early on, we get a little bit of a pause, just a quick one. It's always a quick pause, right? Like, it's never
definitely. We always lie. Like, even if we know that it's going to be a 10-minute pause, we just want you guys to stick with us.
So, a quick pause, and we're right back into the action. I'm looking up at this top lane and thinking about ways that maybe they could shut down this Lina as they eat a Storm Hammer and an LSA on DM. Still just sitting here level 1, and the Axe, it's a different matchup for the Lina, but it feels like even dying 3 times in lane isn't enough to shut down Lina.
She always tends to get the farm. Like, no matter what, falls back to Ancients. This time around, it's like, we mostly see Clockworks with Lina, which is super powerful. It gives you that kill threat, especially if Clockwork can get close. Tries to surprise him with the Soul Rip at 33. Quick fingers on that magic wand.
And just surviving there, and see the pressure coming out from OG over bottom. Trying to maybe slow down this Enigma progression. Soxa with a toss under the tower. Misha has 3 mangoes if he wants to try and work with some of these decays and a Soul Rip. But damage being taken, another decay to turn around on a Soxa. Right clicks, multi-shot on a 33, but Eidolon's there to barricade him.
Nice done. Soxa does have another toss, but Misha with another decay should have more than enough to survive this. Free grab also available. Snaking in trouble.
Telekinesis, but the LSA gets on 2. Oh, Spin gets the kill. DM getting first blood. That works out a little bit for the side of OG, but Yuragi now getting a little bit low. The Malefice onto this Drow. Soxa chasing, and Yuragi's gonna fall. LSA lands out of the Rubik. Skitter hit with the Battle Hunger. Fade Bolt. Now Skitter needs to kill a creep real quick. Storm Hammer and a couple more right clicks from Snake King. Maybe he can get a kill here on a Taiga. But Taiga for now, a little bit of health. Telekinesis throws him away, and he'll survive.
We'll use a healing salve. Having Sven and Lina in the same lane, like, you have a setup for your LSA, so that's always going to be good. Problem is DM got the first blood, so this Axe could easily get out of control. Already sitting at 500 gold, needs another 500 to finish off his Vanguard. Once he gets the Vanguard, like, they can't kill him. They just don't have enough damage. They need to use these 2 heroes plus a rotation from a Storm Spirit to be able to bring him down.
So DM, see how quickly he can get that Vanguard and what Tundra are going to do to react to that. And looking now over towards bottom as there's an avalanche.
Not again. Good gust, but
silences him up.
Damage has already been done.
Yeah, they've got the Eidolons. They have the toss. Ooh. They'll get the kill on Iragi again. That's a second kill on this Drow.
Saksa finding the right openings. He's been very annoying on Tiny, finding the angle. I think this toss on Undying, a bit of a lag, a quick pause, as you like to call it.
Yeah, that's a La. Not the normal Kale we're used to. But.
Just a part of it. But to go back to a point, once Tiny tossed Undying into the tower, brought him down to like 10% HP, this is what kind of ruined the lane for OG, because he needs to be like the one soaking up the damage, be the front line for the Drow Ranger. They played it way too aggressive. How's mid lane doing? 14 CS on Storm, 27 on Batrider.
Yeah, Bat. He went into the Firefly. So sometimes we see these Bat Riders.
You get it anyway. Like you get it anyway. Like there was one scenario when Batrider was playing against Pango where he saved two of those abilities and then put 2 in Flame Break and got a kill on Pango. But other than that, it has mostly been just sticking a bomb and then you wait, get the Firefly.
Okay.
You need to apologize to our viewers because this is not a quick pause.
No, this is still quick.
It's quick?
Anything under having to go to break is quick. I feel like that's a valid one. And look at that. Reconnected.
We should have said it earlier. We have so much power, especially with the curses.
Curses, when to start games, when to unpause games.
I saw you clicking F9 right now. You're like, oh, we could be here until 8 a.m. in the morning. These are infinite time breakers, potentially, and both teams are going to be ready to go.
I do like the idea of infinity. It's quite the high number. 9, running back, Flame Break, pushing him. Now we'll go to the TP to the Tier 2 tower. Damage is pretty heavy.
My favorite is when someone tries to TP before you and you are going greedy. Try to
toss him to the tower.
Good body blocks from Saksa.
Now they've got the Vortex. Saksa just continuing to block BZM, and one more shot. They'll get another kill here. 3 kills already for Tundra, and all on course.
Beautifully done there by Saksa. Right moment, right time. Rotates, gets the toss back, gets another body block. This is Tiny, who's level 4. 4.5 minutes into the game, which is pretty impressive. I've seen Tiny's really struggle, and he might even get a courier bottom. He gets it.
Oh boy, he is doing a lot here on this Tiny. Going into the Blink Dagger immediately on this Tiny too, and this is a scary proposition if you're OG, seeing this Tiny starting to get out of control. And they really can't even chase him that well. I'm a little worried about Iragi too. We've seen Drows in the past really struggle and not be able to recover. Snake King, Battle Hunger on him, starting to tick pretty low.
It's 2 points in Battle Hunger, but he'll be okay. Has that Tango running. 33 has been holding the lane close to his tower, so they always have a kill threat and forcing a gust. Like even Misha might be in trouble here. If Eidolons split, they're gonna be a lot of damage. Toss back, yeah, he seems
definitely
pretty dead.
Multi-shot avalanche hits both of them, and they still get the kill on Misha, but they aren't able to grab Iragi. Now Snake King running from Taiga. Fade Bolt already used, so catching Snake King's not looking likely, and he'll just drop a ward, try to get some information out of this one.
Saksa has been all over the place, very patient with his spell usage as well, trying to find the right moment, get the maximum out of it. Now stacking, doing so much work. Checking the rune, planting the observer ward, that's going to scout things out.
Double damage first power rune here in the game, and that's going to be controlled by BZM. We've seen it before with these Bat Riders. If they get a good start, they go to the Boots of Travel and make that rotation in the side lane. But with the double damage already moving that way, but Snake King TPing to the outpost will spot BZM making the rotation over. Still, though, has the lasso, Flame Break, and burning him with the Firefly. Not looking like he's even going to need that lasso, so he'll just get a kill here on a Snake King by himself. And now Uragi's going to take over mid, it seems.
They still want to kill Skeeter. He does have a teleport, but needs some kind of a help here. No Firefly, but he will find him with Sticky.
Telekinesis.
Looks pretty rough.
Yeah, LSA, that lands. BZM still here. Flame Break pushing him back over to DM, and with the double damage and the right click from DM, they get a kill on a Skitter, but they'll find Misha in the jungle. and then get a kill on the Undying, so 33 now on a killing spree.
Skeeter killing the siege creep before he died, getting the value out of it. Problem is, DM did finish off that Vanguard that we mentioned, and now feels almost unkillable. About to crack level 6. Start to pressure the tower, goes for the farming build, of course. Maxing out that counter Helix. And look at how aggressive they are. BZM is in the enemy jungle. They can't really go to the top lane anymore. They don't have that hero. They're just gonna be there, soak up some experience, maybe buy time.
This is all really going well for OG in those two scenarios, but it's all to open up some space here for Yuragi, who's still just level 4. And he's going for a Hand of Midas. Like, that is
I heckin' love Midas. My favorite item, Recovery Midas. Whenever I see it happening, I'm like, oof, dude. You know that, especially in a pro game, you know that things are not going well.
Yeah, when it is 8 minutes into the game and the Midas gets queued up, it's a little bit scary. Now he's rotated, so he TP'd mid, he's walked all the way towards top, hoping that without the tier 1 tower there, maybe they can make something of this in a lane for the Drow. BZM, though, tossed over to 9. 9 has the Vortex. They've also got this Enigma coming in. He's level 6, so they don't even need the Black Hole to get the kill on a BZM with a couple heroes here for Tundra. And, well, it looked like this bat was off to the races. He'll be shut down for a little bit by the Dire side.
Tundra really on point with their rotations. We've seen Saksa involved in all 6 kills pretty much, and you see 33 taking the tower and then TPing to the mid lane. Gotta start to put some more pressure on this tower, and I love the build on him. Just a casual buckler, because he knows he's playing against the Drow Ranger to tank up his Eidolons. And another toss on a mid lane.
Yeah, they found Misha, who dropped the Tombstone, and now they've got the lasso. It's going to be on the Enigma. Misha's surviving for now. Saksa taking a lot of damage. The Flame Break hit them both. They'll burn away 33, and with the multi-shot, Yuragi gets a kill on a Saksa. Misha eventually dropping, but that's worth it here for OG.
Yeah, that's some really nice Flame Break usage there.
They want DM now. He's level 6 and starting to run. They don't have Lasso, but they do have 3 heroes here. Telekinesis, throwing him over into the call. So they'll taunt and pull him over away from his team. But the Stormhammer, Ball Lightning, they've got an LSA from the high ground. Look at where Skitter is to get the Laguna Blade off. They'll finally kill off Snake King, the one they were going for originally, but DM's looking like he's gonna fall too. To 9 this time. And Tundra, with their proper positioning, make OG pay.
OG a bit too aggressive. This is the ramp that I've seen teams not just lose the fights, but also lose the game. If you climb this ramp near the outpost, it just looks very difficult. In terms of vision, they do have an observer ward placed from before, but they don't have vision like deeper near the outpost where the fight actually happened. Mech done on 33.
Ball Lightning finding DM, but there's the call. Stormhammer, Avalanche, toss into the air. DM still looking pretty healthy though. There's that Battle Hunger onto 9. They've got Misha getting these decays. He's already at 12. Multi-shot with the Gust, so the Silence is on a 9, but he's able to Ball Lightning away and pick up an Arcane Rune. Still taking some damage from the Battle Hunger, but eventually it runs out, and he's onto the back lines where he'll be fine.
No Flame Break, no Lasso. 9 gets out of trouble. They gave him a Healing Cell. That's Snaking found with Trusty Shovel, so that's going to be back to full HP. Does have Arcane Rune in the bottle.
Ooh, and they smoke. They want to use this Arcane Rune and just go for broke. Continuing to look to shut down Yuragi's game as he's still looking for this Midas.
Getting very close to it. Needs 200 gold, the rest of the team. Needs to fall back from bottom lane.
Ooh, instead they're going to find BZM and Misha. Ball Lightning right onto the Bat Rider. Decay, Stormhammer, they have the Avalanche. They're locking up a couple of stuns here, and, well, BZM has no chance to get out. Everybody here for Tundra.
Tundra is very fast at moving around the map. Like, even though they bring numbers, they don't lose in terms of the farm. You see 33 still on top of the net worth. Has Greaves actually finished. Needs 10 gold. And then Skeeter also after a bit of a slower laning stage. He was pushed out of the lane relatively early on. He does have Maelstrom, Vulcan Blade going into bots next. So he definitely recovered. DM, I'm looking at his farm. Blink Dagger in 200 gold. This is a go time for OG. Lasso will be available.
See what they can do with that, but for right now, this game kind of feels like a carbon copy of the first attempt for OG in terms of net worth and the way the map's shaping up. Tundra, in the last time they played OG, they showed how they can kind of squeeze the map and make OG not comfortable in this matchup, and they're doing it again.
Nice read. They're from 33. TPs, he even TPs back home. So we'll use the pick ball, get out of the trouble. I want to see slightly more aggression from OG. This Axe just picked up a Blink Dagger. Yuragi with Head of Midas still recovering. Sitting in the middle of the pack, lowest net worth core at the moment. But once that Head of Midas starts to kick in, I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah, so we'll see how long it'll take Yuragi to recover with this Midas. And if OG can kind of open up that space and do something with it. Boots travel next for Skitter. He's got the Falcon Blade Maelstrom, so even despite losing his lane, he still sits top of the net worth. And with this Blink on the Axe, they'll smoke his 3. So they're trying to debut this Blink, get themselves a Culling Blade, and start off with something kind of nice. But for right now, Tundra, well, they won't be spotted by
this
the
is a big
crew.
one if they can find Skeeter. Does have 6 Fiery Soul charges. DM
They might
finds
be able
an
to get
opening.
him. Yeah, Blink call, it's on him. Fade Bolt, but do they have the damage? The LSA comes in, and now Skitter up into the air with the telekinesis. They go to the Laguna Blade on a DM, and they'll take him out. Soul abused, lasso in, Skitter's gone. 9 moving in with the ball lightning. He's got himself the Vortex, locking up Misha. He's unable to survive. Stormhammer from a distance. They have Soxa to follow this up with an avalanche. Ball lightning once again. 9 doesn't have a Vortex for 10 more seconds, so BZM trying to run away from this one as 33 comes in. Gallifist, and they'll get the kill. The Guardian Greaves are going to be there to sustain them as well. So 3 heroes dead on the side of OG, and it should be a 4th. But Taiga, he's got ball lightning and has himself 21 charges, so he escapes from Tundra's aggression.
Soxa bought a little bit more time. He tossed his Lina into the trees, kind of splitting up OG. And in terms of damage on side of OG, they do lack some. Because if Axe gets in, it's level 1 Berserker's Call, a Rubik. If he doesn't have some big spell stolen, it's only 3 points in the Fate Bolt. Undying doesn't provide you with much. So luckily for them, if Enigma's the first one who TPs, unfortunately 33 did not have his TP available and gets the Greaves off, Lina doesn't even die there.
Yeah, I think it's very difficult for OG to find the breaking point on some of these heroes from Tundra, and I'm thinking about how Taiga can really help out if there's things that he can steal without it already affecting to the side of OG without them losing heroes. Avalanche comes in, DM toss back. They've got the call.
Nicely done by
now,
Storm.
ball lightning from Taiga. He'll be over there to help out with the telekinesis, but they still have the Laguna Blade. So burst damage from Tundra means DM just dies.
9 using Remnant, and then ball lightnings away, dodges that call just in case. Casual Kaya into BKB. They do have BKB piercing abilities with the call, with the lasso, but still against this silence. A 9. I mean, he can still change his mind, especially if they do go in and kill Roche. If he's the one holding the Aegis, he might swap things around and get Kaya Sanj instead.
So, looking at 9 right now. BKB, Tranquil's out. He's got Malefice level 4 on Taiga, but is that the spell that's going to help their fights?
You're looking to steal Avalanche. I think, of course, the Black Hole. Stormhammer's also a really good one. These are probably 2 best spells you can steal at the moment. You would love to steal LSA, but look at Lina's build. Only putting 1 point in it. Does not want to give it to Rubik.
Put him into the stats, 3 in stats so far. So 1, 1, 4, 2, and 3, I guess, with stats.
6k gold lead. 15 minutes into the game. Next fight might turn into Roche for Tundra. Like, I don't think they could just go in and take Roche. They could try to force a fight, but could be a bit tricky. Taiga, they spotted him.
Taiga just trying to run, but Soxa, he's got this Blink Dagger, so not as easy as it once was.
Snaking pinged it. Others are also not showing on the map. None of OG members showed at the time, so he was slightly afraid to jump in.
This Courier avoiding. They've got the obs on the high ground, so it does spot Soxa coming around, but they're not going to know that there's also a Sven and an Enigma coming over. Taiga just walking by, and, well, not looking like he's going to survive this. Stormhammer Avalanche toss, and Taiga, easy kill for 33.
9 almost catches BZM there.
It's BZM working on that BKB. We'll see what he gets afterwards. After that BKB is finished, what are you thinking for this Bat Rider?
Most likely Ether Lens if he feels that they needed like another way of catching people, they do have Axe for it, so I think Lens is a natural progression.
Avalanche toss, LSA, not gonna land.
LSA
Blake, now they're looking for the call. They'll go to the Soul Ray, but Misha trying to survive. He's got the tombstone on the high ground. Ball lightning, they'll get the kill on Misha. DM runs away just barely. They get a lasso. It's only a Saksa though. Getting a kill there onto the Tiny after all that. A kill's a kill, but Tundra okay giving up a Tiny.
I think they're fine with that type of a trade. You see Skitter deeping top immediately, tries to get some extra farm, get to his BKB timing. We still haven't seen the Black Hole being used yet. It's more of a threat from the Black Hole, my favorite line when you want to sound smart.
Draghi, Vortex, Gust on a 2, so that'll keep him alive.
A lot of move speed. You see like slows from OG, Frost Arrows, Hunger, sticking up palm charges, one Warcry, and the Drum from Sven is gonna take care of it, so pretty much completely negated. BKB done on OG. OG does have like one big cooldown ulti, and that's Lasso. Other than that, they can fight all the time.
Yeah, 2-minute cooldown on this level 1. 33 is gonna spot BZM. And not throwing down the Black Hole just yet. It's not even looking necessary, quite honestly. And BZM dies, and that should be followed up with a kill on Amisha as well. He's trying to run away, but eventually Nine's got the damage. Saksa blinking forward, looking over at Taiga. They've got the telekinesis, throws him down on 2. So Taiga, well, he'll extend the inevitable as they've got the toss. They'll get the kill. They'll take it a third. It's a double for 9. And it's 19-8 with a 7K lead for Tundra.
Tundra's all over the place. Like, they playing so quick, moving around the map, getting the kills. Not just one kill. Every single time they smoke or they go for a move, they found multiple kills. And again, their vision is much better than OG's.
Now this is a repeat of the first game with the vision game, but also the global presence, right? You've got the boots of travel available on Skitter, but you've also got Ball Lightning, so Storm can enter the fight from anywhere just about. And that's something that they did in the first game, was having those boots of travel to move over and fight OG. So similar strategies coming out from Tundra, despite the fact that the lineup's not exactly the same.
Yeah, and Yuragi's still not ready to join these fights. He did recover, setting 1,000 below the Storm Spirit, but still wants to have that BKB before the next fight.
Yeah, and while Yuragi's kind of recovered, the 2 other cores on their team have slowed down. DM, who it felt like his lane was open, he was kind of getting a little bit of farm. Now he's last on the net worth, and he really hasn't gotten much.
Looking at the ward that Snaking placed, the one on the left lane is the one that didn't get dewarded in the previous game that they played against each other. So a lot of value. It was there pretty much the whole time, and now also providing very important vision to Tundra.
Makes me wonder whether or not they took a quick look at the last game of the ward placements from Tundra from the first one. Bullwhip, that's going to be dropped, so Taiga will pick that up. Is he going to keep that? He will. And they've got Wraith Pact for 33. So Greaves, Wraith Pact so far for this Enigma, and they're in on Roche.
Since Lina finished her BKB, they definitely feel much more safer coming into this fight. They could force a fight Wraith Pact. They do have Sustain plus Guardian Greaves, and they do have enough damage. So now this damage from Drow Ranger is going to get reduced as well. It will be Storm picking it up, double damage.
And immediately a smoke out of the pit.
Oh, this could be a disaster for OG. Let's see, Misha in a good spot to break the smoke.
Yeah, he'll break Snakings, and the ping coming from Snaking, Ball Lightning all the way over, so the aggression will be on Amisha, which if you're OG, you're happy about. You're just losing your Undying. Ragi able to transfer himself over to the top lane, but they do have vision there, so showing himself in this lane, he could still be in trouble.
He could. But yeah, he's not the one. Usually, like, Aegis is given to Lina. But not this time around. Ooh. Look at the Dota Plus win probability. 87% for Tundra.
Yeah, that is creeping closer and closer to what we saw in Game 1. The 100% Dota Plus. So what did OG do? I mean, they're trying to buy time. But it's rough to buy at these prices. DM, he's got that blade mail. He's still looking for the BKB. And they want a Blink Dagger on Batrider, but I don't even know if those are items that are going to be making these fights viable for them.
BKB about to be finished on Drow, so with 2 BKBs, definitely makes it easier for them to take the fights, but
Vortex running out of BZM, 33.
Trying to poke it. 9. A bit low on mana. They're also okay using one of the stuns, try to pop a BKB and then force a fight. Again, we still haven't seen the Black Hole. 33 has been playing more of a roamings. He's been involved in 15 out of 20 kills as Nigma, which is pretty impressive. Now Misha.
Yeah, spotted, trying to hide in the trees, but that's not going to work out for you.
And again, this is the ward that I talked about. He just spotted Taiga.
So they're going to get a second. If Taiga can't juke this out, he gets Ball Lightning, so that'll work.
The best spell you can steal there.
Yeah.
He looked dead, 100% dead if he steals anything else.
Got lucky with Ball Lightning and ends up being able to survive that one. Still, though, I guess the question becomes, does he recognize that he's walking up and immediately being pushed on like that?
Misha is drawing on minimap, so might have a good read where the ward is.
We'll see if they're able to take it out, but even going up to that ward, Yuragi's kind of inching closer and closer to where that is, and everybody from Tundra was just in the area. He's kind of getting a little bit lucky that they're starting to break back towards the bottom lane.
9 so far having a perfect game, is not afraid to jump in.
They got DM, so maybe they could catch him with the blink call, but BKB TP and that's it.
Does not want to risk it. It's not enough damage. Maybe they could have taken the Aegis, but it's really not worth it. There's still a tier 1 tower, so Tundra can easily rotate there.
Misha not going to throw a sentry down, and this Obs in the top lane, while we've harped on it and reiterated the point that it's there a couple times, it goes down, and Yuragi just saw it dying.
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll see if they keep a sentry there or something to give them
Tundra, they want to get in. Using Warcry and drums to speed things up. Saksa.
DM. He's got a blink, so he can blink down. He'll escape, and for now, OG not giving up any casualties for the moment, but it's still just, with the map being so wide for Tundra, they're able to extend their lead. They've got a 13,000 net worth lead.
OG's vision is near the outpost and in the enemy triangle. They need to get out and farm those spots because maybe they're setting things up for after Aegis expires, so they go for the pickoff. 50 seconds until Aegis. You see Taiga dragging the creep wave, but you are playing against the Storm Spirit and BKB again available in a second.
9 doesn't exactly have a lot of mana. They're going to the other side. They've got Skitter with the BKB. They'll get the Laguna Blade on the DM. BZM's trying to TP in, but the creep's going to be killed, so they'll look over at Yuragi. Yuragi with the BKB now trying to run from this Lina as the BKB on Skitter runs out, but they already got the kill on a DM. OG, can they get anything? They start to chase a little bit, but these heroes are already out. I believe BZM, Boots of Travel, never goes off in that fight, so he's unable to enter, really.
I like that Tundra understands where the real threat is coming from. It's mostly Drow Ranger damage. So they're itemizing for extra armor. You see, oh, Aegis expiring. Let's see if they're going to be able to find anything. But to go back to my point is you have this Vlad's Aura, Sven with the Warcry. He also wants to pick up the Shard, has enough. So Warcry is not dispellable, grants passive armor, Wraith Pact, Guardian Greaves. Everything gives them armor.
How are these heroes going to die?
It's a good question.
I don't know if I even see it happening with all the armor.
And also, ooh, this could be a good jump from OG.
Yeah, they're going to try and get the kill here on a 9. They've got the Gust. They'll get the call, but can they get the damage out? No, he's got the BKB. He'll ball lightning away. Avalanche hit on Amisha as well as DM snaking going in. He's got a Stormhammer in 5, but instead elects to stay at the low ground. Maybe even signaling that they've got some vision there, and that's exactly what they do. They tick at the Obs. And again, they disengage so well.
We see the lack of damage again on OG. 2 supports, they don't provide you with much. Rubik did still Warcry, which is okay against Lina, but there's a bunch of magical damage from Tundra. Lincoln Sphere done on Lina, going into Pike next. A lot of defensive items on Skeeter, but He didn't die in a very long time, for a reason. He's been very careful about his positioning, staying away from the fights, joining when the others are opening things up, and you've seen Lina even hitting Axe with the Blade Mail, and she still doesn't die. Like, once she gets her next item, it should be most likely Satanic, if she feels like she needs to have that tankiness. She's already super tanky, sitting at 3,000 HP.
Yeah, so a lot of life to work with here, and DM not feeling too strong even with the Blade Mail at the moment, so can Skitter even die? If he does go to this Hurricane Pike, you know, it does give him another defensive tool to get away from these heroes on OG, and OG's chase capabilities haven't exactly shown to be that strong. Getting distance away from the OG side is certainly working out so far for Tundra. They haven't even used that black hole yet.
Game did slow down. 33 picked up a Blink Dagger next, so we'll get an easier time landing a black hole.
Blink Call, Blade Mail, trying to get a kill here at least onto something, and they will with Culling Blade on Snake King.
First one, 28 minutes into the game.
By the way, another just mid-lane ward, and I don't mean mid-lane, I mean in the middle of the lane.
Yeah, these lane wards have been... Okay, I wanted to say something smart,
they
but
had a gem.
yeah, they had to ruin it for me.
You can still say it. I'd say you're smart.
You always do, which is not true. Roshan could potentially respawn in 5 seconds.
So if they could get another pick, maybe they go for Roche.
So that scan connected. Tundra has a very good read.
Oh boy, yeah, Saksa, telekinesis onto him, and
does
now
have Ogre
trying to
Seal
run.
Totem as well if he wants to jump out of the fight.
Flame Break and Force Staff for Skitter to get away. They've got the Blink into the call, but they have the Vortex. They'll look over at 33. They'll use the Lasso to try and get this Enigma out of the fight, but he's able to survive against the Guardian Greaves, and eventually he'll burn out. They got the kill on a DM as well as Misha. BZM's going to die here to Skitter. Double kill here for the Lina, and now BZM without this Bat Rider, I just don't know what they have. Yuragi just doesn't have the damage, so they'll get another. They'll take out Taiga.
They got the Enigma, but at what cost?
Yeah.
They lost 4, and I believe they lost the gem as well.
That's Gem going down.
Yeah, Tidy's holding it for now. So Roche in 2 minutes. This network keeps increasing. Storm going ham. 9 having a perfect game. 10-0 and 8. Unkilled so far.
See it again.
Yeah, Saksa breaking the smoke. Like, this is a good space for a Tombstone, but the Hurricane Pike to get away from the trouble, and the Ogre Seal Totem plus a Force Staff from Tiny. So the only one who can get is Enigma pretty much, and after they use BKBs, they understand that they don't have damage. Like, you see this Bat Rider, Lasso's used, their damage output is very limited.
Yeah, and Tundra much better at chasing these heroes. They've got the Ball Lightning with 9 to catch up. The movement speed for the Lina. Blink Daggers as well on both the Enigma as well as the Tiny. So, Tundra, they really don't let go of OG once OG are the ones who choose to fight. So they're going to be down 20,000 in just a moment. This is looking bleak here for OG. They need to start to get the gears rolling, and to do that, they got to get the gunk out.
That's nicely said. I don't see that item. Like, I don't see that one big item that's going to change things around, because Batrider, he's going for the Octarine core. It's okay. Like, it's pretty standard. Doesn't give you much in terms of damage output. You might be able to take the fights again. Drow Ranger, like, still far away from her full Silver Edge. Like, just a casual Crystallis will do the trick in amplifying the damage. DM struggling to find the farm to get that BKB. He's been sitting on this Blade Mail for a very long time. Almost the same amount as farm as Tiny. He's slowly taking over.
Yeah, DM, even with these calls, they just have not really led to much, right? And now they've got a Hex on 9, so his Ball Lightning's going to initiate with that Hex as well.
Radiant's top tower is under
I just don't know how OG succeed in a fight.
It's very easy for you to say. You see this 19k gold lead on top, you're like, yeah, I know who I'm going to be biased for. Roshan did respawn, trying to act all smart on me. And
trying.
This is Aegis plus Shard. Let's see. Like, OG understands that if they give it this time, it might be Lina picking it up just for the sieging purposes, because then they can try to go, like, kill the tier 3 towers. OG is approaching, but look at the positioning from...
Is it even going to be fast enough?
From rest of Tundra.
Flame break doesn't land. Multi-shot comes in. Skitter's going to grab the Aegis to also get the kill. They have the Avalanche as well as the toss. They're going to take on Misha. And the rest of the team will try to lead. But ball lightning into the Hex, so that's onto the Axe. They've got the Gush, but here's the BKB. Call, not going to do anything for them. DM looking dead to rights already as the Avalanche as well as the toss is going to land here. It's just one after the other, hand over fist as Tundra don't stop getting kills.
Skitter TP's bottom to get even more farm. Is holding that shard. I saw 9 making space for it. He definitely did want to pick it up.
Oh,
this time he'll find him.
Yeah, Stormhammer, and they've got another kill. This has been perfect from Tundra.
OG didn't get a kill on core in a really long time. Like, they did kill 33 on a mid lane, but other than that, it's been kind of quiet. Skitter, those 2 deaths in the laning stage, they haven't managed to kill 9 throughout the whole game. And Skitter holding that Aegis does have full silver edge done in 300 gold, so we'll go, like, it's very difficult now. Like, Lina with Aegis, 3000 HP, BKB, Lincoln's Spike, a lot of defensive items, so she can siege the high ground. I think OG might have, like, 1 fight, maybe another one, and that's about it.
Good call onto 2. This is without the cores here, but where is the damage? Stormhammer onto 2 heroes. He'll throw it back, but Tombstone committed. Blink call onto 2. Not much more you can ask for in terms of hoping to get pickoffs on supports, but OG just can't follow it up with anything.
They need Drow, they need Batrider to deal damage.
So Yuragi picks up that Crystallis. He's going Silver Edge, like you said. Blink call again onto the Sven, but Night Pulse is down. Avalanche as well as a Stormhammer. The damage, it's on the Sven, but they have Guardian Greaves, so they're not going to kill him. Ball lightning into the Hex. They've got the Blink into the toss up into the air. There's another Stormhammer. They get the kill into BZM. They'll take the Batrider, and it's all looking fluid for Tundra. This is just OG unable to really find anything to build off of.
Right back dropped, Guardian Greaves, Sven holding casual Cloak of Flames, has that hood, and now it's time to get on the high ground and pretty much end the game. We've seen this time and time again. Lina, once she picks up the Aegis, sieging makes it so much more easier for her. Stands there, it's like, what can you do? There's not much you can.
So Tundra just going to stand on this side of the river. Honestly, this close to the base until probably the game ends. There's no reason with this Aegis for another 2 minutes for them to back away. They have all the tools necessary to end the game. It's just a question of when and if OG can hold on. And right now that percentage is probably in the point-something percentage. Gust, call, Stormhammer, but now the ball lightning into the Hex. It's onto the Drow. They've got the Vortex to follow it up. They have the control. Soxa looking to go in too to maybe grab an Avalanche. Get that toss onto the Drow. They have BZM back, but still holding their ground is this Lina. Oversealed Totem with a Blink call. Flame Break pushing Skitter away. Avalanche onto 2, but still nothing doing, nothing home for OG. They're trying to punch back, but right now it feels like pillows are hitting Tundra as they really don't feel the need to retreat.
Minute and 20 on that Aegis. Skitter, 7 charges. Wants to get
again.
in.
Blade Mail, but still, it's not doing anything. They'll get the Laguna Blade out. They'll get the kill to DM. He's going to buy back the lassos on a Soxa, but is that worth it? Now your control is basically negated to get a kill here onto the Tiny. Tundra, they lose the Aegis, so they'll have maybe a chance on OG to fight back and get Lina again, but it's still a tall order.
BZM no lasso this time around, so Tundra, they do still respect the damage from this Drow Ranger. Axe Call with the Blade Mail, potentially like toss back or just telekinesis underneath the tier 4 towers, so seems like they're gonna take it a bit more slower than I expected.
Force Staff. Skitter, Blink call, they got him. Do they have the damage this time? The Culling Blade's there, but the Black Hole, it's going to be on the Rubik. Not really who you want, but you've got the Ball Lightning as well as the Vortex to clean up DM. He bought back in the previous engagement, so he's going to be dead for 70 seconds. Damage from the Drow, but not a lot of health to walk with. as they go to the ball lightning as well as the BKB coming out from 9. Now Yuragi needs to run, 4 step away, BZM over to the side, but they don't have the control to get 9 to stop doing what he's doing, and that's killing OG. 9 now trying to TP out. They've got the Stormhammer stolen, so they'll stop the TP on 9. And now is he stuck there for good? No, he's got a little bit of mana to work with. BZM going back in. The Stormhammer's going to be thrown on the Rubik. 9 still low on health. Fade Bolt with a bit of damage for the Firefly, and now they killed 9. That is 1,200 gold going to BZM.
Can they get more? This is also buyback.
Blank Avalanche
from
toss,
Saksa.
and the
Delete him
Stormhammer.
immediately.
Supports will do it. It's fine. They can't even force the buybacks here out of the hands of Tundra.
And Lina immediately queues up the Satanic. Like, it's any kind of lifesteal against Axe is going to be valued. Any kind of status resistance, so that call doesn't last as long. So just going for Satanic this time around to have that lifesteal. If you manage to precast it, you're going to be more than fine. But still, OG showing signs of life.
Trying to resuscitate themselves and get into a line that's going up and down. So we'll see if OG can kind of come back, if they can breathe life back into this game for themselves. But it's tough. And Saksa and Snake King, I mean, they're both supports here, but their farm is greater than that of an offlaner of OG. So they feel confident enough to continue to just stay on this side of the river.
You didn't have to do him as dirty as you just did. He might even die here. No toss back, nothing to toss him on. Tiny still no level 20 talent,
Skitter.
level 18.
It was right there. So they are now looking for Lincolns on this Storm, trying to keep him alive and avoid the lasso. Like you said, the Satanic for
one
Lina.
on Lina, like every core on Tundra, going for Lincolns.
What is that called, 3 Lincolns? Like, what's a flock of Lincolns?
I don't know, it's Latin. I forgot. Probably isn't, but...
So Ninja Gear dropped there for the Lina. Sitting top of the net worth. The Drow is kind of kept up, and I feel like if there's something positive to point out at the moment, it is the fact that, well, Yuragi's been able to find some farm, and you can start to feel the damage after these BKBs. But to get to that point in these fights, OG need to survive, and it's been difficult for them to really hit that part 2, right?
They also did use some buybacks in that previous fight, so for the next one, they will not have it. Rubik used 1.
Yeah, Bat Rider and Undying for Radiant, just tiny there for the Dire, so maybe a fight victory for OG could lead to Roche, depending on this respawn timing, because it could be up in 20 seconds.
Tundra's waiting for. They don't need to rush anything. Like, they're in a good spot, 30k gold lead. I think they have a pretty good read how this game is. It's just that they wanted to wait until Skeeter gets that Satanic. He did sell his Maelstrom to be able to get the lifesteal that he needs, and Timeless Relic dropped for Enigma. Let's see if he's the one that's gonna keep it, or if they decide to give it to Storm Spirit, who's going into Aghanim Scepter. He changed his mind. He's like, 2 Lincoln Spheres that we have on the team is gonna be enough, but I'll need 1 to be cast on me.
Yeah, he's hoping to get that Lincolns on himself and have that Axe to work with. Meanwhile, Roche 30 seconds away. And speaking of item progression, well, DM, he's still looking for the BKB and to buy back, and he's really searching for any farm that he can get in this game. And OG, they're going to smoke up, so they're hoping to get themselves back in with this Roche that does have Axe Blessing. So getting at least the Roche, Axe, Cheese, or Aegis Cheese and
Skeeter,
Axe.
he's almost alone here, only Snaking to protect him.
But Snaking's going to be the one who spots them first. He also has Eidolons coming over, and they won't engage on this.
He does have buyback, though, so even if they got a kill, if they invested with the BKBs, with Lasso, and instant smoke from Tundra, they're looking for a fight. Snaking drawing on a minimap, wants to get in as soon as possible. Boots of Bearing done on him, so they cannot be slowed by multi-shot, by sticking up palm charges.
Trying to go, trying to get something. Saksa leading the charge because he's got the Blink Avalanche toss, and that'll be on Amisha. It's an alley-oop and slam dunking him into the ground as they'll take the Undying again.
Buyback is available. Roshan, this is the big one that you mentioned. Aghanim Scepter. Storm would definitely love to pick it up. I get this one for free.
And then he can go for the Lincolns if he really wanted to. So they're going to start this Roche without the Undying. OG, they're conceding this Roche again for free, and you just... I know you're down so much, but do you really have the availability to do that and now fight against an Aegis again?
Fighting outside the base might be too difficult for them, so I respect that. They like lasso into tower, telekinesis. Rubik doesn't have anything stolen, but Skeeter holding that Aegis,
but
looking.
He
found him. Who found who?
They've got him for a second, but there's the Yules up into the air onto DM, and already BZM knows he's got to leave. DM's dead immediately. Everybody here for Tundra again. Ooh, ball lightning in on mid, and 9 trying to catch Yuragi. He gets invis for a moment. Now he's going to ball lightning away. They drop the tombstone for this.
He popped that BKB with the Arcane Rune, so I think that's okay. We'll have it in another 50 seconds. Holding on to Cheese. Did get that Aghanim Scepter, so budget Black Hole and the Black Hole available.
Has Black Hole been used?
There was one. There was one on Rubik.
That's right. Just looking for something maybe a bit bigger from the Black Hole. Ball lightning, though. That's going to finish off
almost
Taiga.
2 minutes.
That is not great. 50 seconds. What can they do to get this Rubik back? And, well, that's going to force them to hold on to the game.
33 is the one who was sieging the barracks. They used Lincolns from Lina. Look at this graph. It kind of demoralizing. Like, OG, they were never ahead in this game. 44k gold lead.
The win probability on this one, again, hitting 100% like that first game. Blink call, but can they even get this kill? They've got Sox over to the side again. They have themselves the Vortex on a couple of these heroes. They get the kill on the DM. They'll look for the LSA, and they will take out BZM. Laguna Blade onto Yuragi. He's trying to run back, and now needs to put out some damage with BZM buying back into this one, throwing a flame break out, but Yuragi ends up dead. No buyback. Lasso into the fountain, but they don't have the control to keep him there. So triple kill as they take out Misha. He'll buy back. They'll try to hold, but now it's without the Drow, it's without the Axe, and without a lot of hope, and it will just be GG as Tundra repeat their performance from game 1 of the first tiebreaker and take it here against OG.
Here we go. Everything as planned. People will say this is scripted, but it's actually not. Tundra beating OG one more time, so it's gonna be Tundra against Entity.